Second goal at the 3. Leonard Fournette skies into the end zone. Flag thrown.
There's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go.
Today, 3rd and 2, 18 consecutive. And this one made all the way. Fournette to the house. He's chased by Davis. And Leonard Fournette back in. 4th and goal. Gordon in. A flyby and a touchdown. It's a 2nd down and goal. Rivers, Gordon with blockers ahead and an easy touchdown. Knifing his way in.
All right, guys, welcome to week 5 and 6. Sorry I missed you last week. Got too far behind with work, and then we were heading to Texas, to the land of Aaron Rodgers, because he owns Dallas. So it was a great trip. We enjoyed it. Thank you guys for hanging in there. We're going to knock out 2 weeks this week. I thought about doing them separately, but we'll just nail these together. I'm going to do week 5 first and then week 6. So here we go. Week 5. Brandon's beatdown. I'm just going to call it that from now on because that's where we're at. 52.1 points. Matt over Steven. So Matt was having a rough beginning of the season, but has come roaring back with a 3-game win streak. Hint, hint, even though we're not at week 6 yet. And 52.1 points over Steven. Knocked it out of the park this week. So congratulations, Matt, on Brandon's beatdown. I have no idea what that trophy is going to look like. Next up, close shave. 0.6 points. So not the tightest that we've had, but this is what I like, these 0.6 games until it happens to me. Adam over Bobby. Well done, Adam. Getting Cam Newton back, I think, this week. And redrafting your number 1 pick. Very well done. Adam over Bobby squeaked it out with 0.6. So that's our close shave this week 5. Next up is the Settle Sun Award. This is for the highest scoring team, and we have a new champion, technically. It's not a record, but it's really nice to be able to say someone else's name, so thank you. Christina, 156.3 points. Out of nowhere, the Shire Bagginses are just rampaging with their furry feet. So well done, 156.3 points. She is our Settle daughter this week. It's nice to see not just someone that's not Brandon, but a rookie. Well done, Christina. Next up is our Totally Tanked. So at the other end, the lowest scoring team is Steven, 72.6 points. He's the one that got beat down. This tends to be what happens when you tank. You end up being the beat down person. So sorry, Steven. I didn't want to have to say your name twice, but 72.6 does not get it done this week and creates a larger margin of victory. So you totally tanked this week. It's all right. It's all right. It's just week 5. Last week. And next up is our biggest bust. So this is the lowest scoring first rounder. This week was phenomenal for our first round drafts that are still alive, at least. I'm just going to jump ahead real quick. Our average first round score for week 5 was 21.8. That's high. I'm pretty sure that's the record for our first rounders. And so, again, biggest bust coming in at 10.4 points, which is not great, particularly for a first rounder, but I mean, at least on my team, it's okay. I don't know about Brandon and Christina's, but 10.4 points for Jordy Nelson against Dallas. I don't really know that that's a bust. So biggest, okay, is Jordy Nelson, and I forgot who owns him. So 1 second. All right, so Jordy Nelson, 10.4 points. That's Isaac and Tom. So biggest okay this week goes to you guys. 10.4 is not that bad. Next up, last up, Golden Boy, the highest performing player for week 5 is Leonard Fournette with 35.4 points. That is not too shabby. That's not remotely close to our record, but 35.4 is pretty on it. So congratulations to the Nasitas teaming up together, Christina and Isaac with Leonard Fournette. Average score of week 5 was 109.5 points. not bad. That's a decent league. And again, the average first rounder is 21.8. So that is week 5. We'll jump right on into week 6. In week 6, our Brandon's beatdown goes to Christina with 67.1 point spread between her and David. That's nice. It's nice. It's not a record, and it's a lot more than last week. So 67.1. Congratulations, Christina, getting it done. Got the Settled Daughter award last week, and we'll just go to that now. Settled Daughter, 145.3. Christina this week. A good bit less than last week, but I don't know where these hobbits came from.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
They're I think they got some of Gandalf's fireworks or something. 145.3. Congratulations, Christina, and settle, because I'm tired of giving this award to the same people over and over again. Up next, close shave, closest margin of victory, 0.6. I like it. Same as last week, 0.6. The Battle of the Faulkners, CJ over Jason. Unlike in the Bible, the older son will have the victory. So high five, CJ. Well done. 0.6 is our close margin of victory this week. Up next is Totally Tanked. Again, the one who got beat down, they tanked. I don't know why. Our low guys keep playing people who get towards the top. So David, 78.2. Not the record, but not good. But I feel you, bro, because I've got one of those on my shelf too. So 78.2. David, you totally tanked this week. It's all right. It's week 6. I keep saying that over and over again. But we are about halfway through the season, so yeah, it's okay. We commiserated already on Monday together. Next up, the biggest bust. Literally. It was rough, and
that's Anthony Barr. He lets it go.
Sackcloth and ashes for me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
0.7 points, Aaron Rodgers. Matt, Sam, me. I'm sorry. Brett Hundley is our guy now. Yeah, I'm really interested to see who you guys start this coming week. Aaron Rodgers, likely out for the season. 0.7 points is our biggest bust for week 6. Golden Boy, highest performing player this week, does go to Matt, so some consolation for him this week. And also to Brandon, because it's not a fantasy football update unless I say his name at least 4 times. Melvin Gordon, 36 points this week. A great showing from the number 1 pick that Brandon picked up in a trade. So yeah, Melvin Gordon showing up in the last 2 weeks. 36 points, so congratulations on your Golden Boy, Matt and Brandon. Average score this week was 113, so it's a little bit higher, and not our highest. At least let me check the chart. Average score, yeah, definitely not our highest, but trending upwards. It looks like our second highest one, so 113.3, pretty good. Average first round pick back down to where they were at 17.1. Again, not a terrible score, but not necessarily what you would hope from your first rounders. And that pool's getting a lot smaller, so the point spread is not as large as it once was. Next week, when I update it with the demise of Aaron Rodgers, I'll show you how much of our draft is injured. It's a little ugly, but it makes for a lot less work for me on this end. So 17.1 is our average first rounders. And that is it for this week on your update, except for the standings. Now, I'm not quite ready to start highlighting like I did last week the potential playoff outlook, because particularly in Goliath's goal line, there's way too many 3-3 teams. So all but 2 teams will be highlighted, and those 2 other teams are not out of it by any measure. So I'm going to wait a few more weeks before we start talking about potential playoff looks. But it is something to have on your mind, because we're about halfway through the season, at least the regular season. So I'll try to give you guys some more information on that next week when I'm not doing 2 weeks of awards in a row, to particularly show you, you rookies, what the playoffs look like and what you can expect in the coming weeks. So with that, let's go ahead and talk through the standings. We'll start with Goliath's goal line since I already mentioned it. We have a two-way tie at the top with Isaac Gaskin and Jason at 4-2. And then almost the rest of the league at 3-3 with David, Steven, CJ, Adam, Christina, and Matt at 3-3. So you guys are very much in the thick of it. Tom and Bobby rounding it out 2-4. Not a huge spread in this league as far as playoffs are concerned. So hang in there. Don't be discouraged, Tom, Bobby. You 3-3 folks. You're very, very close to being in the running for this. Remember, again, you only have to be in the top 4 of your combined league, so you want to be looking up that way. In Gideon's Gridiron, a little bit bigger spread, and starting to feel it on some of us. But at the top, still undefeated, 6-0, Brandon. Greg is at 5-1, and then we've got some double ups with Sam and Nick at 4-2. Brian at 3-3, the only one in our league that's split. And then Rusty, Alexandra, and Kirsten all at 2-4. Isaac, Nasita, and Jeremy have picked up wins and are at 1-5. So thanks for hanging in there for this little bit longer video, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the pass for last week. And if you guys are enjoying this, please let me know. It definitely helps in making it. And I'll see you guys next week.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.